Hi everyone, welcome back to Catherine's Plates. Today on the menu is going to be a Sloppy Joe casserole. We're going to start off with the base of Sloppy Joes. Now this is a homemade recipe of mine that can be found on my recipe blog, and then we're going to top it with a delicious cornbread topping, and it's going to happen all in one skillet. Okay, if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is dice up one small yellow onion and one bell pepper. Now I've just got a green one here. This recipe goes way back. This is my mom's recipe that she made us all the time when we were young and growing up, and then she passed that recipe on to me. I love this recipe. So we're going to start off with that as for our casserole here. I've got one small onion that I'm going to dice up. Now if you go into my recipe blog, catherinesplates.com, just type in the search box Sloppy Joes and this one will come up right here, my mama's recipe. And it's a really simple recipe, and you know what? It tastes so much better than that canned stuff. I think it's Manwich that my husband, Thomas, I think he grew up with that, didn't you?
Yeah, I grew up with it. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, no. But homemade is delicious, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I converted them over. Yes, I did. Now you want some texture to the onions and the peppers, so I'm not going to make these like a minced onion. Just chopping these up. All right, I'm going to go ahead now and get the pepper ready. Now if you want to use colored peppers, you can do that to give it some color to your dish. If you don't like peppers, believe me, you don't have to put them in. But I grew up that way, and my family doesn't mind the peppers in them. Okay, we're going to start getting our pan ready. Now I'm using a cast iron skillet to make the Sloppy Joes in, because then we can just put it right into the oven to finish this off. Now if you don't have an oven safe pan, then you can cook it in just a regular pan, and then you can transfer it over to a casserole dish to finish it off. Okay, so in my large oven-proof skillet, I'm going to heat this up on a medium-high heat. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of some oil, 2 tablespoons of some butter. Okay, now what we're going to do is bring this to a sizzle. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and add our peppers and onions. Okay, I'm going to add some salt so we can flavor our vegetables. I'm going to add some cracked black pepper. I would say about a 1/4 teaspoon of each. I'm going to cook this down for about 4 minutes until the peppers and the onions are nice and soft and the onions are translucent. You can see that the onions are nice and cooked through and nice and translucent there, and the peppers are soft. Let's go ahead now and add 1 to 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Okay, I'm just going to use my meat chopper here to break it all up. What I'm going to do now is cook this ground beef until it's nice and brown and no longer pink. Alright, I'm going to go ahead now and add 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 cup of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of some garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. My husband was really nice, and he shook up the yellow mustard here. We're going to add about a teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon. You can use Dijon mustard too if you'd like. Alright, I'm going to go ahead now and mix this all together. And don't forget to always have a spoon ready. That way you can give it a taste and make sure your flavorings are where you want them. So you don't need to add anything extra. Alright, once I get this all mixed, got my spoon here. Let's give it a try. That's really good. That's really good. Alright, I'm going to turn this down and just let it simmer. We're going to go ahead now and start making our cornbread topping. I'm just using this Jiffy corn muffin mix here. It's about 8.5 ounce size. I'm going to make that. So just in a small bowl, we're going to put in this mixture here. Now you can use any cornbread mixture that you want. If you want to make your own, you can. If you have another variety that you like to use, you can do that also. Alright, there we go. I think I was fighting a battle there with the box.
It was winning.
I've got 1 egg. Just going to crack it in there. And 1/3 cup of milk. Alright, we're going to go ahead now and mix this all together. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and place 1 cup of shredded cheese into the bowl here. You can use whatever flavor you want, cheddar cheese, any kind of blend. I'm just using a Monterey Jack cheese here. Then I'm going to add 1 can of whole kernel corn drained. Alright, I'm going to mix this all up. Okay, I'm going to take the mixture here and I'm going to kind of dollop it all over the sloppy joes here. I'm going to place this in the oven that's been preheating at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Keep an eye on it. We're looking for the top to be golden brown and the cornbread mixture here to be cooked through. I've just pulled this out of the oven at the 18-minute mark. It's nice and golden brown on the top. It's got a nice crust, nice and firm. We're going to let this rest for about 5 to 6 minutes or so before we dig in. Comfort meal for sure. Homemade sloppy joes with a cornbread topping. Who's making this one? This will warm you up. Comment down below what you think. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. Okay, I'm going to go take my plate and go eat. I will see you on the next episode.